What up, YouTube? It's me again, Nigel Conclatus. I don't want to drink any of this on camera right now because it's just tea, but I've been sitting here drinking this and playing video games and for over an hour, and I don't want to drink any more of this and have to take a leak, because this video is going to be really good. Where's the lid? There it is. That's a big lid for this. And this is a 3.5 in 1 jug. Alrighty, so wearing my G-Shock. So, hell is justice. Hell is justice. How is hell justice? Well, hell is justice because God is just and righteous and perfect and holy. And if he wasn't, he wouldn't see the need to punish evil, to punish sin in hell for eternity. But since he is, he has to. He is the perfect judge. And justice, and he is just. You know, hell is absolutely horrifying because God removed everything of himself from hell. His goodness, his attributes. There's no peace in hell. There's no sleep in hell. There's no rest in hell. There's no relaxation in hell. There's no quietness in hell. There's no food in hell. There's no water in hell. There's no sleep in hell, if I didn't mention that already. It is nothing but great, severe pain and torment and fire and every sickness, every disease you can think of. Your body in hell has all these diseases, all the cancers, all the diseases you can think of is in hell, and your body has all of them, and your body hurts in every single cell of your entire being in hell. You know, we have billions and billions of cells. Well, you can feel all your cells pain in hell. And it never ends, ever. That's because we've sinned against a God who is infinitely holy and just and righteous. And we deserve that place. We deserve it despite how horrific it truly is. It's infinitely worse than heaven, because heaven is infinitely better than hell. So, you know, in life, you feel like God has left you. He hasn't. But in hell, he has. In hell, you are truly separated from God. You truly are separated from God in hell. There is no explanation. There's no describing or putting into words how it feels to be separated from God. We in this life have never been separated from God, ever. Well, you know, when you're in your sins, you're separated from God. That doesn't mean, sin separates us from God. Yeah, that's true right there. But that doesn't talk about here. It's talking about when you're dead, and if your sins aren't forgiven, you are separated from God while you're in hell. So there's fire, there's demons, there's great torment in hell. Not going to go into specifics, but not because of how bad they are, but because there's just way too many. I'll just name a couple more. Some people in their testimonies have actually seen snakes as big as a train Mary Kay Baxter, spiders, maggots, billies, there's great hatred in hell. There's no love of any kind. There's no life of any kind. Hell is pitch black darkness, but the ones who have seen what it actually looks like there, because of God's light illuminating this place for them to see, they described it being a great cavern that looks extremely desolate. No life. Everything is burnt up. And stone floors, stone walls, prison cells, smoke, blackness of darkness forever, demons ripping you apart piece by piece, souls burning in large raging pits of fire, with fire raging hundreds of feet in the air. Skeletal people don't have flesh, but are skeletons in hell. No identity. Separated from each other. No conversations, no friendships, nothing. Complete isolation forever. Your only friends are the demons, and they are not your friends. So that when I say your only friends, I mean your only company who you will be close to. Not close as in that, but close as in close. Because they're in direct contact with you. You have no closeness with other souls, but demons pick you up and throw you into the wall and everything. You can't touch them, but they can touch you. And I know that sounds very wrong. I didn't mean it to have it sound that wrong, but that just does brought to my mind that demons do rape people in hell. Demons will rape people in hell. If you're a raper and you die, without Jesus, you reap what you sow. And you will be, this is going to be really bad sounding, but I'm just going to do it anyways. In hell, your genitalia will be stabbed through for all of eternity with spears and raped by demons. I'm not trying to sound bad or anything like that. And I already make my videos not accessible to children. Because, first of all, children are saved anyways. And second of all, because when I talk about hell, it's just going to scare them. And I don't want to scare anybody. These videos scare me, and I'm 32 years old. But they have to be preached. I'm not trying to scare anybody into getting saved. I'm trying to get people to see how horrible this place is so they can stay away from it. Allow my descriptions of hell be the closest thing you will ever get to going there, then actually going there. Because once you're there, there's no escape. There's no escape once you're there. Hell is just. It's just because it contains evil against a infinitely holy, infinitely righteous, just, perfect God. And just because, we're sinners against an all-righteous, infinite, perfect, holy God. So, it's justice. God created hell for the devil and his angels. No man was ever supposed to go there. But Adam and Eve disobeyed God, and then sin was brought into the world. And through Adam and Eve, our parents, you could say, we became sinners as well. And because of who God is, an infinitely holy, righteous, perfect, just God, we deserve to go to hell because of that. If Adam and Eve didn't if Adam and Eve didn't disobey God and sin wasn't brought into the world, I think other people would have done it and disobeyed God. And, it's a very horrible place to go to. How I'm describing it right now is horrific enough, but it's nothing compared to what the real deal is. Nothing. Let's say, what's the worst, how scared have you ever been in your entire life? Like, maybe you've gotten very close to being murdered, like I have. I got robbed at gunpoint twice. Maybe it's you came so close to death when you were unsaved and you were absolutely terrified. 100% absolutely terrified. Maybe you were in the ocean swimming and there are sharks, but you're able to escape, but you were almost eaten. Let's just make an example and say you are the survivor of a psychopath that kidnapped you, and you literally watched this psychopath use a chainsaw to murder and dismember other victims of his. But somehow you survived and escaped, or he let you go or something like that. But you can only imagine the fear of somebody who would have been like that, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You can only imagine the fear somebody would feel. All these fears that I've just explained to you are utter bliss. Utter bliss. Yes, that's right. Utter bliss. In fact, they're orgasmic. Okay, a little weird little sound, but I'm just trying to... They're just so... They just don't compare whatsoever to the fear that you feel in hell for every second, for all eternity. Never-ending, utter terror in darkness, pitch black darkness for eternity. This fear is overwhelming. If you could feel the fear that you feel in hell right now, you would die of fright. You would literally die of fright. Because it is so severe that your body cannot withstand this fear, and it will seriously get a heart attack or just collapse. Because there will be too much trauma, too much fear for your body to... It's fear that goes billions and trillions upon billions and trillions upon billions and trillions and zillions and billions and trillions than any human is able to feel without dying of fright. It doesn't just go a little beyond the fear that a person is able to endure. It goes trillions and billions and zillions and billions and zillions, basically infinitely more than a person's fear than a person is able to feel. There is nothing in this world, in your life, that you can ever feel that was... there's no fear in this life of yours that you can ever feel that will compare to the fear of hell. Not even close. Even if you felt a fear that would make you die of fright here on earth, it will still not even compare to the fear that you will feel in hell for every single second, for all of eternity. And I'm not making this up. I am not making this up. If you think I'm making this up, and if you don't take me seriously and end up in hell, the second you end up in hell, you would have wished to God to have a second chance to hear the words I'm saying, so you could escape that horrible place. But it'll be too late for you then. The only way to be saved from hell is through Jesus Christ. No good works, no donating money to charity. Even if you're Mark Zuckerberg and you have billions and billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, and you donate all of it to charity, that doesn't do anything for your eternity. Faith in Jesus Christ. Believe in Jesus Christ, and you will be saved. Romans 10:9, if you confess with your mouth that Jesus Christ is Lord, believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you shall be saved. And then just live your life following Jesus, preaching the gospel to other people, and following God, and you will be saved from this terrible wrath of God. It is justice. God is not cruel for creating this place and having people go to it. He doesn't have anybody go to it. We make that choice ourselves by rejecting God's sacrifice and rejecting his invitation of salvation. So, God doesn't send us to hell. He sentences us there.